Ah, les filles tombent. Oh là là, Baba. Oh, putain, oh merde. Baba, binalar. Oh là là. Wesh. Ouais, hepsi düştü. Oh.
In the quiet suburbs north of Paris, what began as an ordinary Monday afternoon quickly turned into a scene of chaos and destruction. A powerful and rare tornado tore through several towns in the Val-d'Oise department, leaving one person dead, 9 others injured, and hundreds of homes damaged.
Regarde la barre là-bas, sur le toit.
Faut fermer le volet. Ah mais non, c'est mort. Oh, mais ça.
For a region that rarely sees tornadoes, the suddenness and force of this event left residents shocked and frightened. The tornado struck on Monday, October 20th, 2025, sweeping through several communities in the northern suburbs of Paris, including Ermont, Aubonne, Andilly, Montmorency and Franconville. Witnesses described dark clouds gathering rapidly, followed by intense winds that ripped through streets within moments. In just minutes, the storm toppled cranes, tore off rooftops and uprooted trees. Cars were overturned, power lines came crashing down, and debris scattered across residential neighborhoods. The storm's sudden violence took everyone by surprise. Many residents said they had never seen anything like it in their lives. Meteorologists confirmed that the tornado hit the Val-d'Oise department, just 15 kilometers north of central Paris, in the early afternoon. The system developed quickly, catching many people outdoors or at work. Local reports suggest the tornado lasted only a few minutes, but left behind a long trail of destruction across multiple towns. Emergency sirens echoed as strong gusts continued to batter buildings, and the storm's path cut across heavily populated urban areas, including residential blocks, schools, and construction sites. According to official reports, one person was killed and at least 9 others were injured, 4 of them seriously. The fatality was a 23-year-old construction worker who lost his life when a large crane collapsed at a building site in Ermont. Rescue teams later confirmed that the crane had been toppled by violent winds just as workers were attempting to secure the area. In addition to the human toll, the damage to property was extensive. Authorities reported that more than 1,700 homes were left without power after power lines were torn down. Several rooftops were ripped away, walls were damaged, and vehicles were crushed under fallen debris. Residents in the affected suburbs described terrifying moments as the tornado passed overhead. One woman in Aubonne said she heard what sounded like a train approaching before windows shattered and pieces of her roof flew off. Another man in Montmorency said he grabbed his children and hid in the bathroom as debris slammed against their home. In Ermont, families were forced to evacuate after parts of buildings became unstable. Local authorities opened a temporary shelter in a gymnasium, providing warmth, food and medical care to dozens of displaced residents. Firefighters and paramedics worked late into the evening, moving from house to check for trapped or injured people. Residents came together to help each other, sharing blankets, helping clear debris, and offering words of comfort amid the confusion. The storm's path left visible scars across the northern suburbs. At least 2 cranes collapsed, and several construction sites were badly affected. Roads were blocked by fallen trees and broken poles, making it difficult for emergency services to move freely at first. Power outages spread quickly across the region, with thousands losing electricity through the night. Repair crews were dispatched to restore service, but officials warned that it could take time due to the number of damaged lines and poles. Public transportation in parts of the Val-d'Oise area also faced disruptions, as local roads were closed for cleanup operations. Schools and offices in the hardest-hit neighborhoods were closed temporarily for safety inspections. Authorities reacted quickly once the scale of the disaster became clear. The Val-d'Oise, Fire and Rescue Service, supported by national emergency units, deployed dozens of firefighters, ambulances, and police teams to the scene. Interior Minister Gérald Darmanin described the tornado as having sudden and rare intensity for the region and thanked rescue teams for their rapid response. He also expressed condolences to the family of the young man who lost his life and to all those injured or displaced. In coordination with local mayors, emergency shelters were organised for affected families, while teams began assessing the structural damage to buildings and public infrastructure. By nightfall, emergency responders had cleared most of the main roads and restored access to critical facilities like hospitals and emergency centres. Specialised units were also deployed to inspect construction cranes and unstable structures to prevent further accidents.
Binalar, oh là là! Wesh! Ouais, hepsi düştü.